Good afternoon from New York. We're coming on the air with breaking news, very sad news to tell the sports world. The LA Times is reporting that retired Los Angeles Lakers basketball star Kobe Bryant has been killed in a helicopter crash. It happened this morning. The chopper reportedly went down just before 10 a.m. local time, according to the fire department out there in Calabasas, California. That's northwest of Los Angeles. You can see the picture there. It burst into flames on impact, starting a nearby brush fire. The 41-year-old Kobe Bryant was reportedly traveling with 4 others in that aircraft, in that helicopter. The LA County Fire Department saying all 5 people perished in the crash. At the time of the accident, there were foggy conditions in that area that may have diminished visibility. Bryant leaves behind a wife, Vanessa, and 4 daughters. He was, of course, one of the most legendary players in NBA history, starring for 2 decades with the LA Lakers, a 4-time All-Star MVP player, winning 5 championships, making 18 All-Star games before he retired in 2016.
Alright, hi guys, my name is Joshua Carwell. I am a athlete. I'm 18 years old and I play the game of basketball.
Hi, I'm Layla Carwell and I'm Joshua's sister.
Yes, my name is John Carwell Jr. and I'm Joshua's dad.
So to start, my initial reaction to Kobe's death was I was just in shock, to be honest, because growing up, I watched Kobe throughout my entirety of elementary school and middle school, even before that. Like when I was introduced to the game of basketball, Kobe was in the league and was considered one of the best basketball players in the league, if not the best basketball player in the league. So him being one of my favorite players was a shock to see that he had been gone. Like at first, I wasn't even necessarily sad. I was just in shock. Like it was just like, he's really gone. There's no way. Like I'm never gonna see this man on TV again and doing anything with anybody. And it was just didn't seem real.
I was shocked. I was really sad and I felt really bad for his family, and I was just like, this is unreal, because I'm like, it's Kobe Bryant. Like how? Like, you know what I mean?
Couple of words come to mind. Disappointment, sadness, to see a person as talented and as great as Kobe Bryant was, to lose his life so tragically and so early. He had so much more life to live. He was just getting ready to go into the next chapter of his life in terms of producing, and who knows what else he was going to do. But we won't know. That's what makes it so sad.
One of my favorite memories of Kobe was probably he had held a camp for NBA players, actually, and it was just crazy for me to see him coaching all these NBA players, even though he was still in the league. Actually, my bad, he was not in the league anymore, but he was coaching NBA players. And that camp, a lot of those guys got a lot better, and they all looked up to him. So it was just amazing to see all these younger guys who were somewhat closer to my age that were just so inspired by Kobe.
I would say my favorite memory of Kobe was there's a clip of him going to visit Harlem, New York. He visited the famous area, playground called the Rucker Park. And for me, that was an indication that Kobe Bryant didn't forget his upbringing, his fans. And Rucker Park is a symbol of basketball at its rawest. So anyone who claims to be special in basketball, if they go to Rucker Park and perform well, then they have been accepted by the masses. And Kobe did that. He went to Rucker Park, performed well, and it was a great scene to see him walking the streets with his fans.
How's Kobe impacted your life as an athlete?
He made me have a different like mindset on my life and the world. Like he helped his mindset because he's so hardworking and he grinded like all the time, and so he helped me realize that like I can grind and I can do hard things too and I can overcome it. So
well, I guess as I started, I will say Kobe has inspired me to be more than one dimension. A lot of people, they rest on, I guess, their strongest talent, and Kobe didn't do that. Kobe was multilingual. He spoke Italian and I think some Spanish and French, in addition to English, his primary language. As I mentioned, he had aspirations and was fulfilling some new additional goals after the NBA. He'd spent 20 years in the NBA, very successful, one of the highest scorers in the history of the NBA. But then he started to move into production, and I believe he received a Emmy or something like that, some type of award for his production, which speaks to him transferring the excellence that he displayed and exhibited on the basketball court into his next aspiration, which was filmmaking. And I know that he was doing some announcing, some commentating. So the world or the sky was the limit for Kobe, and he never stopped with one talent.
One of the ways that he's inspired me and it's impacted me throughout my life, specifically not even just through sports, but in life in general, is his Mamba mentality. His Mamba mentality was amazing. The man, he was blessed physically, but his mindset made him excel over all of his peers. He was blessed in the areas where he was tall, he was pretty athletic, but to get to as athletic as he was when he was in his prime in the NBA, he had to work a lot harder to get to that point. He explained in one of his an interview that he did, where he was in the gym pretty much 24/7. That's why he changed his number from 8 to 24, because it was to symbolize the fact that he was working 24. He was trying to work 24 hours a day. So the man was an extremely hard worker, and what that made me do in my life, especially sadly, it made me reflect on my life when he passed. I was like, this man had such a hard-working mentality. I need to put that into my life. And literally last year, after his death, my third and fourth marking period, I had straight A's, and it ended up giving me a 4.0 in my junior year of high school. Just his death, not even just his death, but his mentality. It made me reflect on my mentality when it came to not just basketball, but also just in life, and it made me work that much harder because I wanted to be like him, and I'm gonna make him proud. So just wanted to say I love you, Kobe. RIP.